Alright, y'all, here's what it is. So we just did the passing settings in the last video, right? And if you didn't see it, by the way, you'll want to probably click the link in the description. Watch that one first, because this is kind of like a follow-up to that. Okay? And I don't think I've ever done this before, but I mean, I always do testing on different camera angles with a lot of different settings, but I never really, even with as detailed as I get, I never really find any meaningful differences when I do that. There's never been any reason, in my opinion, to use different settings for different cameras. Until now. Okay, so I was just doing like the very last little bit of testing on the passing settings, and it took me a minute because I wasn't expecting it at all, but I actually started to find actual differences. And it was enough to compel me to dive deeper and do like the full-on, super detailed testing that I do, focusing on the camera angle effect on the passing settings. I thought it was fun. So, I should probably be under the care of somebody, but here's the big takeaway of what I found. So, basically there's certain camera angles where the game just doesn't do as good a job of deciphering subtle movements or subtle changes in our L stick that we use to direct our passes. Okay, that I know for sure, and that's on both gens. Okay, so what does that mean? Well, of course it means we have to respond, right? We gotta compensate for that with any resources that we have at our disposal. So we use the settings to make up for that discrepancy in the programming of the game. All right, so here it is. So if you use a side camera angle, okay, where you're looking mostly from the side. So let's just run through them. So it'd be, I think there's 7 of them that I counted. So broadcast, zoom, rail, nosebleeds, side, skybox, and swivel. So what I found after the testing is we need 4 more notches added to direction for those camera angles. That's the right amount to make it listen to or factor in those subtle movements to allow us to be accurate with the L stick, like it should, like it does with the other camera angles. So, from the last video we had, let's see here. So for current gen, the passing settings, we had 64, 35, 1, right? And then for next gen, 67, 32, 1. Now, if we're not on one of those cameras that I just listed, if you're not using one of those 7, then we're staying at those numbers. Okay, so let's start with current gen. The new set for those camera angles is going to be 68, 31, 1. So that's for current gen. Next gen, it's going to be 71. So quite a bit on direction, but it's necessary. And then 28, 1. So 71, 28, 1 for next gen. All right, that'll get us back to kind of equilibrium, or whatever you want to say, on those cameras. All right, so pay attention to the camera angle. It actually does make a difference in this case, in my opinion, and that's, I just listened to the test results, so I'm just telling you what I find. Anyway, let's move on, guys. So the next video, I'm excited for this, man. It's going to be a massive slider set update for next gen. God, Lord knows we need it. I don't like my next gen sets at all right now, so I know it's been a crazy year with the fire and everything, but it's, dude, I can't accept what I have up right now. I gotta get this testing done, man. I'm going right back to work on it literally right now. I'm getting close. I think I'm past most of the really frustrating parts. I think things are starting to come out a lot better. So we should be good, man. We should be really close. So keep an eye out, of course. Look out for that. You want to subscribe. If you're not already, hit your notifications on. Best way to make sure you don't miss it. You know all this. You're good, but pop that like button for me before you go. Of course, I appreciate all your support. It's been a trying year, but I love you guys and I thank you. Then I'm going to catch you right back here next time on 2K with the Popboy.